Alright, the next and final, I think, brick in the wall here is to make a propeller for the biplane. This is a reference photo that I have. Might be a little bright, but anyway, that's the Hamilton Standard propeller, typical of the mid to late 30s. I believe that was a ground adjustable pitch propeller. They didn't have electronic pitch control on the props until now they didn't have one on this airplane. So this is ground adjustable pitch, I want to say, but it's a Hamilton Standard, just under 9 feet long. Would have been the actual length of the prop. We're in 1 inch to 1 foot, or 1/12 scale, which means that's 1 inch equals a foot. So our prop will be about 9 inches long. I'm going to use that as a guide for the template that I'm going to draw. You see, I have something rudimentary here as my shadow passes over the paper. Anyway, I'm no cameraman, but so what I'll do is I'll draw 3 or 4 different profiles for the propeller blade. Take the best of those and cut it out and transfer it or trace it onto our propeller blade blank. It'll be traced onto this. I've drawn a center line, a datum line, to keep them centered. I should be able to get 2 blades out of this, which is all we need. Again, this is our hub. So each blade will be attached, one on each end of the hub. One blade will go on each end. And then with strips of tape, we'll address the profile of our hub. We want it to look, again, our propeller hub is going to look like this. So I'll use a short length of tape wrapped around the middle to get this ridge, or this profile, and then 2 finer strips to get our collars at each end of my hub. We'll drill a hole through the center of it, and which I actually have already done. Excuse me, cold's hanging on. Well, after all is said and done, it'll mount onto the engine. We'll cut the shaft just a little bit long so that we can put a cap on it. That'll allow our propeller to spin. Just the cap will be glued in place. The hub itself will remain free, and we'll have a spinning propeller. Yay! So that when I drive down the road in my car and hold the airplane out the window and get on the freeway, the propeller will turn. It's like, I'm sure that's what I'll be doing. So anyway, that's the whole idea. So we're moving right along. The propeller should be the final step, aside maybe 1 or 2 other details if I just can't stop working on it. There probably should be an oil filler cap here, according to some of the reference photos. There should probably be a gas tank filler cap here on top. There's probably an antenna supposed to be somewhere. I think on the original pre-war version there was a radio wire, an antenna wire that ran from the top of the rudder to the top of the vertical fin to the wing here. Current versions have the current radio configuration with the small wing mast, just a small wing antenna. So I might do one of those 2 things. The pitot tube behind Colossus here, the pitot tube that runs along the forward edge of the cabane strut there on the port side. I might replicate that. It just depends. I should probably finish all the way through all that stuff, and I probably will. Who knows? But for right now, the next step is the propeller, which I plan to be working on, and I'll probably just record progress on it. You know, brief episodes of the progress on that. Not try to record the whole thing. You know, to save everyone from all of that, all of that jibber jabber. So the propeller's next, and this is kind of how I do the process. We have a reference photo, we draw templates, we put them onto the wood, and then we start shaping the wood. And like I said, I'll record all of that as we go along, so that everybody can see how that works later.